Makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine. Even if you call me.
Starbucks out here taking L's. And I'm talking about super L's. Shout out to Starbucks though. Love the frappes. I don't really be at Starbucks like that, but I love they frappes. I ain't gonna hold you. Well, no, that's cap, because McDonald's frappes is a little bit better. They frappes don't be sweet. I be having to ask for like, hey, yo, bitch, like, Pat, give me some extra like something on there. Anyway, let's get over to YouTube. Right. I saw this video earlier that I kind of want to go over with y'all. Uh, over, I think it's on Candace Owens' channel. Yep, there it is. There it is. Hold up. These headphones in here, man. All right, cool. We should be good to go. Let's see what Candace Owens got to say, man. Because I thought this was interesting.
Getting so many questions from people all across America when they had realized the scam of BLM and what people were going, what can we do? What can we do? We're being treated poorly. I mean, things got pretty strange. You actually had people in the streets, especially during the George Floyd riots. Remember people that were bowing down to Black people who were shining their shoes? It really was a bit of a mind virus that was taking place. But the few people that realized what was happening and recognized didn't know how to respond to it because they were so fearful of being smeared as a racist. There was so much power in the hands of Black Americans at that time. You could make any accusation and a white person would lose their jobs. And I remember being very firm in my response to them, which was to essentially say, we have laws against this. You guys should be filing lawsuits. Racial discrimination doesn't just work one way. If it ever makes it through the courts, you guys will be awarded an amount. Well, good news, guys, that has been proven. There was a white Starbucks manager that was fired over a racism feud, and she has just won $25 million, and it is because they fired her for no reason. So I'm going to back it up and remind you of the story. You might remember it, you might not. So it took place in Rittenhouse Square, which is in Philadelphia, right in downtown Philadelphia, at a Starbucks. And essentially what happened was two Black men walked in and they sat down and they did not purchase anything from Starbucks. And then one of them got up and they asked for access to the bathroom. And the person behind the counter, who happened to be a white employee, said to them, no, we are not going to provide you access to the bathroom because you haven't bought anything. And let me just pause right there and say that when I talk about the tremendous privilege of being a Black American, it is that now we are not expected to behave like other people know that you should behave with common courtesy and decency in post-BLM America. I would be so ashamed and weirded out to go into a private establishment and ask to use the bathroom, to sit down and ask to use the bathroom without having bought anything. Now, we've all been in those circumstances where you might be out somewhere in the middle of a city and you suddenly realize, this actually happened to me in London.
For the record, I'm gonna disagree with her on that one, because I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Nigga, if I got a shit, boy, I ain't finna buy a shit. I ain't finna buy nothing, bro. First of all, I do not eat at McDonald's at all, right? I do not eat at McDonald's. But I love shitting on their toilets, but their toilets be clean. Pause. God damn, boy, I can't get out this. I'm getting jumped. But yeah, though, like I do not eat. I don't eat at McDonald's, but they be having like, some of the cleanest restrooms, bro. Like I'm getting destroyed in Diablo right now. They be having some of the cleanest restrooms when it come to restaurants, fast food restaurants, anyway. And so, like, yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not going in there. What you want me to do? Go in there and buy a burger from them? Nah. Now Starbucks might feel. Now the thing is with Starbucks though, is Starbucks has this reputation of being a place where people can just go and work and chill. You know what I'm saying? You go there, you pull up, people they got their laptops out, they doing work, they studying. Like it's really a chill spot. So to be honest with you, just to play devil's advocate, you know, uh why would a person not believe that they could use the restroom in a place like Starbucks? You get what I'm saying? Like I can understand, like I don't know, like maybe Papados or some shit like that. You walk in a nice restaurant, you like, yeah, let me just go in there and use the restroom real quick. I mean, I don't know, but let's continue.
In London, we were like, I have to go to the bathroom. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? The first thing that I always do is I do, of course, find a restaurant, find a place like Starbucks, but I feel compelled to buy something because it just feels wrong, right? It's about morality. There's not a law necessarily that you should do the right thing here. But of course, I always buy something. I'll buy the smallest thing. I'll buy a cookie from Starbucks. And then I'll say, as soon as I check out, oh, by the way, what's the code to the bathroom? But these two men were not feeling that they had to do that. They were waiting for somebody else, allegedly, which actually got proven to be true. And they were like, no, we just want the code to the bathroom. And at that point, the person asked them, if you're not going to buy anything, we're going to ask you to leave. Now, people who don't live in cities and don't know what these Starbucks can be like, when you have people, and again, granted, these two men were not an example of this, who will just loiter at these places, will sit down, will not buy anything. You can get a lot of homeless people.
See what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and she got a point. There is a downside to that too. Like, you get homeless people in there. You kind of gotta like, and it's hard too because if you're working at Starbucks, you understand the reputation of Starbucks being like this safe space for people to come and just chill at, but you also got to think about the safety of the people that's in there as well, right? So like stereotyping is really your job. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously if I see somebody who's looking like very business savvy, I mean not business savvy, but like business casual, you know what I'm saying? Look like they handling some business, then you ain't gonna tell them to leave. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, hey, you good. But if you see somebody in there that look like he dusty, he ain't got nothing going on, he look homeless, he smell homeless, man, you asking this dude to leave because you don't know what he might be, a drug addict, you don't know what he up to. So yeah, I mean, stereotyping is your job.
People sitting down at buying anything, it does become incumbent upon the employees to keep the place cleared and say, essentially, if you're not here to buy something, we obviously don't want you sitting here and doing nothing all day, so please leave. So they assumed that was a circumstance, and when the persons refused to buy something before using the bathroom, they asked the gentleman to leave, and the gentleman refused to leave. And at that point, this Starbucks employee called the police. And of course, what happened subsequently was that it was captured on video, these men being arrested at a Starbucks for nothing, they said. Take a look.
What did they get called for? Because there were two black guys sitting here meeting me? Yes, well, what did they do? What did they do? Someone told me what they did.
They didn't do anything. I saw the entire thing.
What did they do?
And the woman said it's for handcuffs and holding after they didn't do anything.
So you can see immediately as they're capturing this on video, they're already racializing the scenario. What did they do? Arrested for being black? Oh yeah, we just got the call. There's some black people. Let's arrest them in Philadelphia, a predominantly black city.
What up? We got on Kick. We got a dad, bro. You heard the new Uzi snippets? No, I ain't heard them. No, I haven't heard it. I'm not a big Uzi fan like that. We got my boy Tyler in the building. He say yo, you thug. Yeah. He's over on Twitch, by the way. And then you got Fox Warrior Gaming, who says you're very welcome, brother, for the follow. Good afternoon. I appreciate you, sir. Shout out to all the kicksters over there. By the way, you heard that here first. I'm the first person that called y'all that. The kicksters. I am a genius. Over here, we're called the kicksters. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I gotta go and trademark that. So yeah, I kind of updated the my Kick and stuff like that. So everything looks a little bit more modern. Things looking a little bit more special. But I appreciate the follow. Dad, I appreciate you for coming by. Yeah, but back to the video.
I used to live in Philadelphia. It was completely bonkers that the police were called simply because black people were there. Then you hear the woman in the background saying they didn't do anything, they didn't purchase anything, and they said that if you're not going to be a patron of this establishment, you need to leave, essentially. And that makes sense. Again, these are private businesses, especially in a city where there's high traffic. You do want to keep those sorts of things free. And by the way, it's a very simple solve here. Again, talking about the tremendous privilege would have been for these gentlemen to simply say, okay, I'm going to give me the cheapest thing on the menu. Give me the lollipop. I think Starbucks literally sells lollipops. And they could have purchased a lollipop, resumed seating, and asked for the bathroom code. They didn't want to do this. experience because something has been in the air post BLM where Black Americans do not feel, some Black Americans, I shouldn't say all Black Americans, but many Black Americans do not feel that they have to play by any sorts of these standards, which is just for me being a decent human being, buy the freaking lollipop and everything is solved. So instead they got arrested, and you know exactly what ensued, which were mass protests. People were so upset with Starbucks. How could you? You arrested them simply because they were Black, everybody ignoring obviously the race of Philadelphia as a city. And what happened were boycotts, there were threats, and people that were lining up into the Starbucks with chants. Take a listen.
Whole lot of racism, a whole lot of crime. A whole lot of racism, a whole lot of crime.
Yo, niggas be fucking scamming, dog. Whole lot of racism, whole lot of crime. Get the fuck out of here. And nigga, you know what pisses me off about, you know, my own people sometimes is like my own people try to like pretend like certain shit ain't what it is. Like we try to pretend like we don't stereotype each other. Like, let me keep it up. Bing! When I'm at the gas pump, one of the things that absolutely irritates me is when I'm at the gas pump at night and niggas walk close to me with a fucking hoodie on. Or no, it ain't even got to be a hoodie. It could be a nigga with a face tattoo. You pumping gas, and bro have all of this space over here he can walk. But he walking close as shit to your, like, what's your problem? And so I'm reaching. I'm sorry. I'm reaching. Do I hate myself? Am I self-hating? Am I racist against my own people for that? No. I just know my people. And nigga, walking up close to me with a hoodie on, you got tattoos in your face, you looking real fresh out of prison-y. I'm up here trying to pump gas. Like, man, you already know. What did Dirk say? Better do what Nardo say, because niggas die from pumping gas. I'm just saying. So like, come on, bro.
Starbucks coffee is anti-black.
Starbucks coffee is anti-black. Get the fuck out of here. Starbucks be taking all money faster than them dango. Man, come on, bro.
It's anti-black. A whole lot of coffee, a whole lot of whack. A whole lot of coffee, a whole lot of whack. Starbucks coffee.
I can't take it no more. I'm skipping.
It took place at Rittenhouse, an incident where she was not there overseeing the store in any capacity. And she had received that promotion back in 2011 because of her quote unquote exemplary performance as a district manager out in Ohio. So she had been with the company for a very long time, had this promotion. And then when they started shutting down these stores and realizing that they had an issue that they had to fix within the corporation, they started looking at their white employees. And they came to her, and this is not a joke, they asked her to fire another manager that was within her district, who was a white manager that had been working for Starbucks for 15 years, because one of his employees made a complaint that there was racial disparity at the Starbucks because white employees that were there were being paid more than Black employees. Now, Ms. Phillips declined to fire this white individual because their complaint made no sense. That particular white manager wasn't in control of salaries. It wasn't a decision that he could make. So why would you fire him for something that was completely out of his power? That was a corporate decision. So because she did not move to fire a white employee on the basis of a mere allegation, a false allegation against somebody that had been employed for 15 years, Starbucks in turn fired her. Completely and utterly ridiculous. And
How fucking ridiculous is that? So for those of you who are not following along, basically what it is so far is that this situation happened where, you know, unfortunately that situation happened with the Black men. I don't think the Black men were in the wrong, by the way. I think they were just chilling. They was waiting on somebody. And I can see myself in that situation. Like, listen, I'm waiting on somebody. If I don't feel like buying nothing, I ain't finna buy nothing. Hell you talking about? But like, I can't use the restroom? Like, it's Starbucks, bro. Return the stone carving to pillar stone. It's Starbucks. Like, people be in here chilling. But you know, it was what it was, so I get it. So I don't see nobody particularly in the wrong here. But the Starbucks got so sensitive about it and they didn't want to be seen as racist, they started telling people to fire people based on race. And that's how bold like these liberals are, bro. They literally think there's no rules. They literally think it's no rules, dog. So
and unbelievable. And they essentially, the reason that they gave her, she asked, what am I being fired for? You know, I didn't have any warnings. I wasn't told that I was doing a bad job. They told her that, quote, the situation is not recoverable. Well, she decided to sue Starbucks, and I am so happy that she did this. And it took years, but she has won. Starbucks said that they fired her because she performed poorly in response to the episode that led to the arrests. What they mean to say is that she wasn't converted into a temporary racist against other white people, and she had a moral and principled position not to let go of somebody that had been with the company for 15 years simply because he was the wrong color and a black person made a false allegation against them. The courts decided in her favor. The jury found that Starbucks had violated the federal civil rights of the former manager, as well as a New Jersey law that prohibits discrimination based on race, and they awarded her $600,000 in compensatory damages plus $25 million in punitive damages. What can we say, Shannon Phillips? You are never going to have to work at a Starbucks ever again. And I just wanted to applaud her, and I want to applaud every person who has the courage to stand up for things that are correct. I know it can be extremely challenging, and I understand the power that smears can have, that libels can have when you are referred to something that you're not, especially when it's something that is so harmful and hateful as being a racist. Somebody calling you a racist, saying that you judge people based on the color of their skin. It's a horrible.
So, all in all, let me tell you something. Racism ain't going nowhere, dog. Like, I know everybody, we doing this whole, end racism thing, but racism is built in the very fabric of our DNA, dog. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Now, how you respond to it, or how you behave is what's important. And, like, I'm just saying, like, think about it, dog. Like, even liberal white women who date black men are racist, dog. Like, let's keep it a bean. Like, have you ever dated if you're a black man out there, have you ever dated a white woman, dog? If you pull out anything less than 10 inches on a white woman, bro, you got a problem. You might as well take the walk of shame home, butt ass naked, dog. Like, liberal white women who only date black men literally think the average dick size for a black man is 9.5 inches. They really think that shit. You come up in there talking about some, yeah, girl. Yeah, I'm about to put it on you. You pull out 6-7 inches. They like, the fuck is this? They literally looking like, the fuck is this? What you mean? Like, that 7 inches is a good dick. Nigga, I was told the average dick size of a black male was 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches, bitch? What? What you think this is, a Mandingo porno? And the way she look at it like, shit, fuck it. If I'm gonna deal with this little 6-7 inch dick, I might as well go and deal with Brad. At least he got good credit in a dad. No, you didn't, bitch. So yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. I think fighting racism is futile. It's just it's gonna be there. It's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? How you behave and how you react to it is more important. Especially when you got folks out here that really think that black people can't be racist. Like, let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. So anyway. So yeah, shouts out to that lady there. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's an easy come up. Just the pure hubris of somebody thinking you can fire somebody based on race and that you're going to get away with it. Like, I'm like, you do realize that's against the law, right? Like, this couldn't have ended any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, she better than me, dog. Because if I was a manager at Starbucks, I would have told, when they told me to fire that white person based on, race or whatever the case may be, I would have said, listen, okay, bet, I'll do it. I would have went to that white guy, I said, listen, me, you and I, that white guy, that white girl, or whatever, you and I finna cut a deal. This is what I would have did. You and I finna cut a deal. I confirm that one of my superiors just told me to fire you because you're white and somebody made a false claim against you. They're gonna be like, what? What? Yeah, like I can confirm that. I can confirm that. Oh my God, what is going on? I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Bro, I'm struggling. But yeah, though, I can confirm that. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna fire you, right? You gonna sue, and we gonna split a check. Just give me about 15%. I'll cooperate. I'll be a witness and everything. Nah, you gonna if I'm gonna be a witness, you gotta give me. If I'm gonna testify on your behalf, you gotta give me at least. You gotta give me at least 30%. Ain't no 15%. Come on, let's keep this 100 now. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, these men's getting a little tougher. They getting a little tougher, man.
Let's go. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby.